Welcome to Michael Uhila Presents. Tonight, the Ravenswood School District has incumbents, and they are here tonight to talk to you people out there. Our first guest, well, there's two guests. First guest is Ana Maria Pulido. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. Our second guest is Macellino Lopez. Welcome to the show.
Glad to be here.
All right. So first, we're going to take this opportunity to each one of you talk about yourself. And we're going to start with Ana Maria Pulido. Talk about your first time on the board, what year, and we'll go from there.
So this is my first term on Ravenswood City School Board. I started in 2010, and I'm at the end of completing that. I am running for re-election this upcoming November 4th. I'm currently the president at Ravenswood City School District for the second year now. And we've been just doing a lot of great things in the district, so we're really happy to be here and be able to discuss about those great initiatives and programs that we have at our district.
All right. Glad you're here. And our second guest, who's also incumbent, Macellino Lopez. Welcome to the show. Tell a little bit about yourself.
Thank you. I'm a resident of East Palo Alto for 47 years. And these 12 years, past 12 years, I has been a board trustee. My goals were to empower parents and prepare our students for high school and beyond. And the first time we were elected, we were with a vision of getting rid of the superintendent who was there for 17 years, who was Charlie McKnight, and 3 of the board members. So, because we want the parents to have a voice, and finally we have that.
Okay, we're going to go into that topic.
So,
about
thank you for coming.
Yes. First off, well, there's children that go to the school district, right? And they go to all the schools. And those children came from parents. Now, the relationship, let's start with the parents. What's the relationship like with the parents and the school district? Any one of you can jump in.
Okay. So I feel like we've been doing a lot of work with our parents. We currently just finished a retreat this past Saturday, and we had 237 families, not just parents, but families that showed up. And that was really kind of a retreat we had to teach our parents about the different tools and skills they need to navigate the school system, how to get involved with their students' education, how to participate in the schools effectively. And also, you know, we're providing them resources through those retreats. We have weekly cafecitos, as we call them, where they have an opportunity to go meet and speak with the principal, and the principal's able to talk to them about what's going on in their schools and how they can participate. And also parents are able to raise issues and concerns that they have about the schools or their students' academic achievement.
Okay, so a retreat is like not an everyday thing, but that's a good thing. Now let's go to just the everyday, like walking kids across the street, the parents talking about how's that relationship going?
Well, it's very important. You know, we have school buses. We like to have, first we want to have neighborhood schools, but some parents don't want that, so it's open enrollment. We can have one parent live in the gate of the school, but they want their kids to go to another school, the students to go to another school. So it's open enrollment. When I start, I have a problem because my son and daughters, didn't have that opportunity, then I can go and make the difference. I thought they weren't progressing because I was not involved. So I started getting involved, and I noticed then at that time, 12 years ago, the parents didn't have neither a voice, neither they care of what the parents say. I'm referring to the Board of Trustees. So I started getting involved and tried to give them power from that time, because I definitely thought at that time and now more think that without the support of the parents, our son and daughters are struggling. So we need to be together, engage parents and the students' education, because they need it.
Yeah.
We need it.
Right.
We definitely value our parents, and we look for ways to engage them in participating and getting involved and volunteering and connecting with their teachers and their principals. You know, we know our parents are very, very, very valuable and very important to the success of their students, because once they leave our schools, they go home, and we need that support from their parents, and I know the parents need support from us as well.
Let me make a picture of a family that I know. Both parents are working 2 jobs. Mm-hmm. They got 3 kids, and they got 4 other families living in the house. And how do they have time to sit there and help their kids? Like, is the school just some babysitting place? Or what would you say to that makeup? It's very common. You know, I'm not making this up.
It's a phenomenon that is hurting our son and daughters. But that's why we have after-school programs. You know, the only thing we're asking them is to enroll in those programs. You know, we need to show them the importance the parents play in their students' education role. You know, it's so vital. But like you say, unfortunately, some parents have 2 jobs. So how can they help them? You know, and one of the things who really is hurting us in general, especially the Latino community, is the soap operas, the so-called novelas. Right. Because they put it from 7 to 10, right in the peak time.
Babysitting the kids. The television's babysitting the kids.
So that is a problem. And when you make the parent see then the importance or their role in the students' education, they wake up and say, oh, we have, compared to when I started 12 years ago to now, it's a huge improvement in the parents' participation, but not enough.
Not enough.
But that's one of the reasons why we do have the retreat that we offered last week, and we're continue to going to be able to provide these retreats, because it's teaching our parents, as Trustee Lopez is saying, the importance and the value of parent involvement. You know, we do send weekly newsletters to our parents to have them stay connected. For the parents that are working a lot and aren't able to actually physically be at the schools, we send weekly newsletters to them to kind of keep them in the loop and let them know what's happening. We also have a website for parents to be able to log in, see what's going on in their kids' classrooms, be able to connect with teachers via email. So we try to find creative ways to keep our parents involved, even if they can't always physically be there because of, you know, the demand to have multiple jobs.
Okay, so one of the things you were going to say something?
No, I was saying that, you know, we need to engage the parents on the education of the kids, especially when the student is absent, because the statistics say then it takes 2 days for 1 day of missing a school.
To catch up. If they missed 1 day, it's like 2 days.
So now you imagine
2
if it is a week.
Right.
I mean, we have to stop that. You know, we have to stop that and have them come to the school every day.
Okay. I'm going to go opposite direction for a second. Let's pick some challenges in your time as board members that are still challenging today, from the time you started in 2002 and the time you started in 2010. Pick a challenge. Let's start with you.
Okay, I would say a challenge that is still an ongoing challenge is the budget. budget cuts are affecting our programming and being able to fund those programming. And we know that our kids, we need to provide quality education in the classroom, but there's also a lot of different programs that are support services that we need funding for, and we're not always able to rely on the government funding for that. And we have to kind of think outside the box as a school district and build partnerships with neighboring organizations, foundations, to be able to fill the gaps because of state funding is so limited. So that's an ongoing issue that we struggle with, especially in our location where we live. Finances are on the lower end, therefore we really have to think creatively of how we can bring more resources to our district, and we've been successfully doing it in the past year and a half. We've been able to really turn that around, and that's why we've been able to bring back some of our programs.
So your challenge that you faced as a president of the board has been the budget.
I would say that's one of
Okay.
one of the challenges.
So top 5 or?
Well, it is a top challenge because without the proper programming, without having, if we have to enlarge class sizes, that's an issue. If we have to take away services, that's a problem, especially behavioral intervention services, which is sometimes an issue that we struggle with in our schools. Counselors, academic deans, social workers, after-school programs. If we're not able to provide all these resources to our students, that affects their academics because most of our parents can't afford paying for those resources on their own. So the school does the best they can to help support those families in that way. Okay. So you may think of it as only a monetary problem, but the effects it has in the programming and the day-to-day is tremendous.
Okay. Macellino, same question. Challenge since 2002?
Since 2002, our bigger challenge is the mistake we inherited from the previous administration,
okay,
which is the Dr. Knight administration, which is costing us tens of millions of dollars that you and I are
tax
paying
dollars,
for,
right?
and our students will be paying for. But it's the special ed. Okay. Special education, the lawsuit we have, and it's so vast that was impossible to comply. And additional to that, if you have to have 95% compliance in order for them not to be under compliance. So it need to be 95% point. If somebody didn't sign the time or the piece of paper they're supposed to do, or they didn't put the time, that's 5 points less, so it's not in compliance. And so that it has been terrible things to happen to us. Yeah. And it's expensive, very expensive.
And it affects our budget.
Very much. So the reason I'm running again is because I don't want, I think I need to do something to keep going the district the way we're going, because I think in 2 years, I was hoping to see to take the lawsuit out, and that doesn't mean not to educate the students that need it, but it's a lot expensive than we're doing in the size that it will hurt our budget. And that is always my concern. I mean, one of my concerns. Right. So I think if we don't participate, if I don't run, I feel like I leave these things in part. Okay. Not finish that.
All right.
So. And we're very close to finishing and exiting that RSET mandate.
Okay. Well, just in case you just tuned in, this is Michael Uhila Presents, Ravenswood School District incumbents. And we're having a conversation, Ana Maria Pulido and Macellino Lopez, and we just got finished talking about some of the challenges that they faced. You mentioned earlier about partnerships. Can we talk a little bit about partnerships you have? You know, you got the parents. Mm-hmm. Are there other school districts? Is there a police department? What do you got?
We have so many ongoing partnerships that we're really excited about. One is that, we are partnering and collaborating a lot more with Sequoia Union High School District because we are a K-8, and once our kids leave our district, they do go into Sequoia Union High School District. So we're working together on improving high school transition. And our teachers, their ninth grade teachers with our eighth grade teachers are working together. Our kids are now having the opportunity to go visit the schools during their eighth grade year to become familiar with the campuses and what schools have to offer. So that's one partnership. Another partnership that we are involved in is the Yes Collaborative. It's youth. It's about 35 youth-serving agencies that provide services to youth that range from,
Is that just in East Palo Alto, or is that other cities, Menlo Park?
No, that's mainly in East Palo Alto, that Yes Collaborative. Okay. And it's 35 different agencies that provide different kinds of services, because we're really looking, it takes a community to make this successful. The district is a large component, but we do need those support services that our community is able to provide. So we're also partnering with them and figuring out what different organizations within the community we can bring in to better support our kids and support them in different ways, academics, or exposing them to music and arts and different programs such as that.
Okay. Macellino?
So yeah, piggyback on what she said, we also have the open enrollment for the high school. I mean, they finally put it open enrollment for Menlo Afterton, where any students from the district can go to the high school on the Menlo Afterton instead of going to Carmel. However, they have if they want to go to Woodside, Sequoia, or Carmel, they still can go. But it's open enrollment for the district. And I think that's a huge gain, because the time they spend on the road, is bad for the kids. I mean, I see why is some dropouts is because they got frustrated, Right. But the good part is and again, the reason they're running is because the community, not only the neighborhood communities are coming to help us, and we have very wealthy neighborhood community, So, but they said, okay, we want to see who's going to be in the board. They already stopping to see who's going to be in the board and see if it is going to be changed, if they pull the resource out or not. So that's why I'm another reason I'm running. And I think the way the district is going forward, we can have all those like Silicon Valley Foundation, Facebook,
Google.
All those.
Right.
I mean, all those are
right.
They see the need of the district. We are the black sheep of the school districts in San Mateo, but we are in the center of the center of the money,
Right.
So
yeah, we got Stanford, you got Google,
Silicon
YouTube,
Valley.
Facebook, Silicon Valley, right in the middle. Here's this. I don't even know I would call it low income anymore. That's still higher than some of my cousins that live in Salt Lake City. We make more money over here, so it's like it's sort
cost of living is also a lot higher.
It's higher, exactly. So it's like we're in this funny kind of twilight zone area. What's going on?
So my goal is the students who graduate from Ravenswood not to be in the assembly line. They should be in the office where they can be professionals. Because they have the capacity of doing that.
Right.
They just need a little push, and that's what we want to give them.
That's interesting you said that. Every parent I've met on the streets or talked to, they'll be really noble about what they'll say. They'll say, I want my kids to do better than me. Mm-hmm. And they'll be working like 2 jobs. One person will be working at like Kentucky Fried Chicken. Another person will have a job like being a landscaper. And they always say that. And it makes me think, like how this is very important, and we don't hear it a lot. It's like something we don't hear because we hear all this other garbage out there. What is it like as far as the partnership? I see that there was a statistic about the suspension rate going down. What was the action that made that? Does that make sense?
Yeah. We have different programs that we're doing working with our kids. Most suspensions are related to behavioral issues. And, we do have an SST team, which is called the Student Success Team. And they're academic deans in all of our schools. And they're really observing and analyzing any kids with behavioral issues, connecting them with the services they need. We have social workers now working at our school district to be able to help with the emotional and needs that our
What
our
about
kids.
PTSD, post-traumatic stress? No, not. Well, there's the ADD, attention deficiency disorder,
Right.
or HADD, hyper. Is that part of all these kind of common?
You know, you need to identify
Ailments.
the student's problem.
Every
Because
student's different.
Different,
sometimes
yeah. You can't box them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes you need the collaboration of the parents. I said, hey, my kid needs this, can you help him? Because it's help there. Sometimes we cannot identify the teacher have to identify the student needs. You know, sometimes you see some students are not behaving. Okay, now, like she said, is somebody putting attention? Now they have to look at the history, you know, where they're coming from, because a lot of students who rotate.
Right.
And like she was saying, that only in East Palo Alto we have a lot of assistants, but it's also students from Menlo Park who come to the schools in East Palo Alto, and they can be serviced by these programs, you know, after-school programs. So it's a lot of help. The only thing we need to do is be aware who is the one who needs it, you know, and
We're
service.
putting in action intervention systems when we start seeing certain behaviors or certain patterns in the child struggling with, whether it's in the classroom, academics, anything. We have early intervention systems that are able to address what is it? Is it a learning disorder? Is it an emotional behavioral issue? And then, like I said, we connect them with the right resources they need to be able to, you know, be more successful in the classroom. So that's really important for us to create a proactive versus reactive mentality. And that's what we've been doing. And I think it's shown success because we've been able to reduce suspension by 50%.
50% suspension has gone down. So
But we want 0%.
yeah,
We want zero,
well,
but
so
we're
I
working
understand.
on
You're
it.
working on it. One of the things that I want to actually put out there as far as something that's of concern, and it's just one word, and then you jump in, whatever you want. Literacy.
Okay, literacy is very important, extremely important. I mean, all our students should be proficiency in literacy.
Okay.
It is vital.
We currently expanded our program, our reading recovery program. And so once again, intervention systems, we don't want to wait till they're in 8th grade to kind of address issues. We want to do it from early on. So kindergarten through 2nd grade, district-wide, have a more full, robust program for reading recovery. And we're actually looking to expand it from, you know, kindergarten all the way through 8th grade. And, you know, we know how important, you know, literacy is and how that affects actually, it's related to graduation, high school graduation rates.
Yeah, there's a lot of
And we
reading
have a
going
lot
on.
of English language learners also. So, you know,
English
this
is a second language, so they're
exactly,
got to learn. Now they got to learn a
exactly.
new language.
A new language.
And they got to
and-
read in a new language. So
exactly.
that's going to be.
Exactly. So we're expanding our programs. And like I said, all this has to do with funding and to be able to have the resources to be able to provide those support services. So since we've been able to secure private dollars in the last about year and a half, we've been able to expand that program, and we're looking to continue that good work. A lot of this work that we're doing, why we're running, is because this work is gaining momentum, and we're looking to expand it and have a district-wide model for all these different programs, and it's really an important, critical time for our district.
Okay, so we talked about literacy. We talked about partnership. What about the faculty? Let's talk about either staff, the teachers, even down to the janitor. It don't matter. Everybody's a part of the district.
Right
How
now,
do you
right
see
now,
that
in,
big picture?
right now in this moment, in 12 years, I never see the maintenance department being so happy working. You know, we have a new administrator, and he's treating people with dignity and respect, which I has been asking for these 12 years.
Right.
You know, treat everybody with dignity and respect, or treat it the way you want to be treated.
Do unto others. There you go.
Yeah.
Golden rule.
So and then that our teachers are very happy working. We give them 10% raise.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm sorry, 7%.
7%
wage
raise.
increase.
Okay.
And we're also supporting them by providing a lot of professional development and training. And
To do the job that they're doing.
To do the job that they're doing, we're also transitioning to Common Core standards.
Okay.
So, there's a lot of training and development that needs, and we're really looking to collaborate with our teachers. So it's kind of a collective effort. So I think our relationships with our overall staff, teachers, maintenance, all across the board, I feel like they've been improving because of the new leadership.
Okay.
And the new teacher center too is helping us a lot.
Yes.
But I think the key part on this success is the superintendent.
Okay.
Because she one time I even worried and she was going to get sick the way she looked because she was working so hard to try to bring the district the way it's supposed to be.
Okay.
She started getting some key people and national-wide known person to come and help us.
Okay.
And they do very happy. I have an interview with them, and you can see how eager they are to work with us.
Okay.
And how can you refuse something like that? I mean,
Okay.
so there's many reasons why you're running again, because we wanted this thing to keep, and all we doing is for the students.
Right.
Personally,
Student success.
Student success.
personally, I wasted my vacation time and my time instead of being with the family
Yeah.
for the students, because they are my family. I mean,
Right.
they are my responsibility. So that's why we are.
Yeah, we're working to raise
connected.
academic
Yeah.
achievement, have teacher success in the classrooms, have equity all across the district, and be able to serve all our students in all capacities and their families. And we want to continue that work, and that's why it's important that we continue and have a stable leadership to be able to support this new superintendent and really move this vision forward.
Okay. We're almost out of time, so I just want to say, if you want what's like something you really want to see for the next year or so, or what you're happy with, like right now, what you have achieved. All right, you first.
What could I be happy that we achieved?
Yeah, that you achieved.
I think
If this is it, if there's no more running, you ain't got nothing, no next year,
Right.
and you'd be like,
We've secured millions in private dollars to fund our programs. We've hired a new superintendent that's created the shift in dynamic in the district. I mean, that's one of our biggest responsibilities, hiring the superintendent. And I think we did an excellent job at that, and that's having an effect in overall our whole district.
All
Bringing
right, hold
back our
on.
science programs,
Okay.
our STEM.
STEM, okay.
We ranked 3rd place in all the county.
all right,
I
what
mean,
about you, Marcelino?
Well, it's
the last one.
I'm very happy because even we got a letter from the Anna Asher
Oh, NIH.
that said congratulating the leadership on the. I mean, so we know.
our leadership is being recognized, both
recognized.
superintendent as the board.
All right, I just want to.
And we're very happy to
All right.
serve our students.
Well, thank you for both of you, Ana
you.
Maria and Marcelino.
Thank
you.
you.
And good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, I know.
What did you get?